All right, thank you for joining. Today I wanted to go over SEI USD on the Coinbase chart. As you can see, massive sell-off. We're currently bouncing after flipping the value area low into support. Let's go ahead and zoom in really quick. It's going to be a very quick review like always, very straightforward. As you can see, a lot of buying pressure coming in after some selling pressure to the downside. Didn't quite get to this weekly level below, but it did go down to the point of control, right? So of this little mini range, the highest volume transacted was at around 24 cents. And that's exactly where we got the bounce from, right? Pretty much to the dollar. So if you were to watch one of my previous videos and you were to set an alert at that level, you would have caught that move to the dollar and be up 50%. So pretty nice move from the downside. Now, as you can see, we had another range. We had another range right here before we had this impulse to the upside. So this little range as well, we had the value area low coming in at around 34 cents, value area high at around 40 cents, and point of control at around 35 cents, right? Then we also went ahead and pulled this other fixed range volume profile of the upper range. So as you can see, the value area low of this upper range is sitting at around 62 cents, which is not that relevant at the moment. All right, so right now we are currently trading within this volume profile, right? So we've already flipped the value area low into support. We're currently trading above the point of control. Go ahead and make this bigger for you. All right, so point of control comes in right there, 35 cents. We've actually just flipped that. And it's pretty important just to keep an eye on how exact these levels are respected, right? So let's go ahead and put this here. Let's go down to the point of control. Put that there, move it over so it looks a little bit cleaner. And we can go ahead and just take a look here, right? So price came up after flipping the value area low into support, went right to the point of control, closed below it, all right? Opened up below it, pushed higher, and now we closed the previous day above the point of control. So yeah, I would expect to see a little bit of a move down, touch the point of control, maybe retest this area just a little bit, right? Something like so before continuing to the upside. So keep in mind, since we did get accepted into the value area low and we're now trading above the point of control, the next realistic target would be the value area high of that previous range, which has been respected. As you can see, we had a tap here, follow through, price closed above the value area low, showing respect, tapped it as support, closed below, right? And look how precise this close below was, right? So this is why these levels are so respected. So the close below was pretty much 1/10 of a cent below, right? Rejected, closed below, rejected, moved down. Price came up, tapped the level one more time, two more times, went down below, basically charged up, broke through, right to the point of control. So these levels are very highly respected, and I expect this move to the value area high to be next, which from the current price, you're looking at about an extra 10% move to the upside if we do get a retest of the value area low, right? Something like so. And if you happen to catch the long off the value area low to value area high, this is about an 18% pump to the upside. Now, one thing I would say we can take a look at too as well, because if you can take a look here, you'll see that we've pretty much lost. This is the range, right? The range basically ends right here. So technically this is another range too as well, all right? So price didn't really get to develop the range here, but it developed the range here. So we can go ahead and actually pull a fixed range volume profile of this range here before we lost the level. And the highest volume traded in this range comes in at around 52 cents, value area low 47 cents. So if we do manage to flip this level here, this value area high, into support, then my next target would be the value area low of this range, right? Which also lines right up with the couple closes, candle closes on the daily. So there is a daily level right here if you really wanted to go ahead and mark that out. So a little bit of a confluence there. We have a daily level lining up around 48 cents. So that's where I would actually be expecting some sort of a rejection. We can go ahead and pull some fibs too as well to see if anything else lines up. We also have the golden pocket lining up too as well. So that's something to keep in mind. Clean this up just a little bit. There we go. All right. And then sometimes as well, we can also go ahead and see if there's any fixed range or anchored VWAPs lining up with that level. Not sure what happened there. So there is a possibility that this anchored VWAP will move down to that level by the time price reaches there, right? Because if price manages to trade something like this, you know, sideways for a little bit, by the time it gets here, this may have moved down just a little bit, but in reality, it might probably go something like this. So it might take some time. You're talking about October, November, and I think by then price will probably already move past that level. But that is something to keep in mind. We can see what the anchored VWAP is from this high right here. See if that's a little bit closer. So it's the average price, right? Volume weighted average price. So this is looking a little bit better in my opinion. Also, let me go ahead and check this high. Yeah, so these are both pretty valid pulls. So this is the volume weighted average price since losing this range, and the volume weighted average price of the last pivot high before we began to downtrend all the way down, right? So the last pivot high above the highest fixed range volume profile, which is a very relevant level, all the way down. The average price so far, volume weighted average price is around 52 cents, right? Which also lines up with this point of control. But in my opinion, one of these will most likely trigger by the time price reaches the daily level or weekly level. And if that happens, that would be a good short scalp. You know, maybe you get something, a nice little rejection, right? So price comes up, does something like that, comes back down just a little bit. Right, so something like that. And then you'd pretty much just want to take the short trade. Stop above the highs, targeting the lows, right? 2-to-1 risk reward, not bad. If price just taps this level, you get better risk reward, right? So maybe right here, 7-to-1. Move this down a little bit. So something like that. So we'll see how this plays out, but as of right now, SEI is looking very bullish. I am not bearish on this at all. If we start to close the daily or 4-hour candles below the point of control, then I would be aiming to long down here, right? But as of right now, not too bad. You can be an initiative trader, more aggressive trader, enter a long position here. Maybe put your stops below this low right there, which is also below the VWAP, and then you target the value area high. Not a bad trade in my opinion, as long as you manage your position size. You could possibly get 10% out of that trade. But like I said, the best area to long, if you get the opportunity, would be down here, aiming for the value area high, and then you get that 17% gain. All right, stop loss below the lows. All right, so also keep in mind if you want to do a nice little short trade, these are pivot highs or swing highs. So not a bad trade would probably be the value area high being tapped, price going up, coming back down, back testing this swing high, and then taking that down to the point of control. Now you're looking at a short trade. Risk reward, aiming for the point of control, pretty much a 3-to-1, about a 10% gain, right? So that's what I'm looking at for SEI. Keeping it very straightforward, very bullish. As you can see, I am expecting higher prices. You can also do some of the, like the equivalent move trades. All right, so you go from the low. You go from the low to the neckline. Pull that here, and then you might just see where the next target is, right? Which pretty much lines up very close to that golden pocket. So measured move lining up quite interesting. If you count this little wick here, this little strange wick, I wonder if that lines up a little bit better actually. Let's go ahead and see. Just curious here, so let's see. That will lead you right to the weekly level, right? So even that measured move brings you right into the weekly level, which we did map out, which might line up with this anchored VWAP. But in reality, it's more than likely would line up with around the golden pocket. So that's pretty much it with SEI. Follow me on X. I post these updates every single day about which coin would you like to see me chart. Right now, Link is winning. All right, 12 votes so far. Link is winning. SEI won the last one, so I just did an update on SEI. And what I did for this recent post was, as you can see, SEI came in second, Link came in second on another post, as you can see here, and Not came in second on this post. So I said, let me just take all the second place winners and see which one will get the most votes. And so far, Link is winning. So we're going to see how this plays out in the next 12 hours here, and then I'll chart that. Maybe SEI will take the lead. We'll see. Maybe people from this video will go over and just vote for SEI to vote it up. I want to see if you guys are willing to vote it up after watching this video. All right. Once again, thank you for watching. SEI looks very bullish. The whole market looks pretty bullish in my opinion. So let's just see how it all plays out. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment below and take care.